Hey everybody. Sorry, it's early this morning. So, I want to talk to you a little bit about job applications. Um, you guys will be, in the near future, you will be applying for jobs for many different positions. It may be for an entry level job while you go to college. It may be for a job while you're in high school. Um, you may have already filled out job applications because maybe you already have a job. But I wanted to talk to you about the importance of the job application itself. So you've completed a resume, you've completed a cover letter, and it can always be tweaked a little bit for a specific position. But you have that good base cover letter down. So now you're going to fill out a job application. Now, some people might tell you you're doing this in reverse because the first thing you do is have to apply for a job. No, you want to be prepared to apply for a job before you ever get there. So if you have your resume and cover letter available when you go in to apply for a job, or if you're applying for it online, you can attach those things to the online application or to the job. You can hand that into HR, Human Resources, with your job application. Places want you to be prepared. The job market is competitive. Don't think for a minute it's not for any position, pretty much anywhere. So what are the important things about a job application? You're going to watch a couple of videos from one human resource department and one that's from a company that's basically what they do is help you get a job. They're going to explain to you why it's so important to fill a job application out correctly. So with a job application, you want to fill it out in ink. Never fill out a job application in pencil. Black or blue ink only. No red ink, no turquoise ink, no pink ink. It needs to be completed in black or blue ink, preferably black ink, but black or blue ink will work. Also, know that you need to be sure that you read each box of the application so that you fill it out. If you make an error, don't scribble, scratch, one line through it, put your initials just at the corner of the line and right above it. If you make a mistake, they're not going to give you another application. You can't use whiteout on an application. If you're typing it in, make sure that all of the words are spelled correctly. If you're writing it out, be sure that you look over it before you turn it in. Be sure everything is spelled correctly on your resume, on your cover letter, and on your job application. Because if you wrote it in pencil, it goes in the trash. If you wrote it in a crazy colored ink, it goes in the trash. If you wrote it, if you have misspelled words or incomplete boxes, it doesn't get looked at. That just shows that you did not spend time on detail. And most places want to know that you are detail oriented, that you're paying attention to what you're doing. So just be sure that when you fill out the application that you fill in all of the boxes. If they're not applicable, put N/A or none. Also, the reason why I had you fill out your resume and I had you get your references and all that kind of thing is because on the job application, you're going to need all of those things. So when you do your application, if you have your resume, it saves you time. You're not having to go figure out when you work somewhere, what dates you work somewhere, what your job description was, or what your salary was. You have those things. So you want to be sure that you fill out the job application completely. Know that sometimes when you fill out a job application, there may be basic skills tests they want you to complete. If you go to work as a medical assistant, we're going to ask you to do some basic add, subtract, multiply, divide kind of things. There may be a section of questions that asks you some scenario-based questions on professional behavior, how you would handle a situation. Some places have you do personality testing, which you would sit at a computer and do, but it lets them know based on that personality testing whether you would be a good candidate for the job. So just know that sometime when you fill out an application, you may fill out an application and go directly over to do one of those kinds of things, or it may be part of the application process. Be sure that you don't Google the answers or use something other than what they've asked you to, because if you do well on it, they're going to expect you to be able to do it. Just be sure, like I said, I can't express to you how much completing it thoroughly, completing it accurately, and being sure that you have all your information with you when you go in to fill out that application, how important that is. So having that resume done is okay. Today I'm going to post a couple of entry-level regular job applications and a couple of regular medical assistant job applications. These are current job descriptions, current positions that are available as of yesterday in the Metroplex. So I want you to be sure that you read through them thoroughly, because you're going to take some time and you're going to tweak your cover letter related to this. Also, know that you're an entry-level person. These jobs don't take a lot of skill. Some places hire medical assistants that aren't certified, and they will train you on the job. But it depends on what you present. Are you going to present yourself on paper and in person as someone who is motivated and interested in doing it? Like one of the videos that you watched for cover letters said, tell me why you want to go to work here. Tell the employer why you have chosen to apply for that job. What about that company, that corporation, or that position makes you want to do it? So as you do this, fill out this job application, you're going to go back and make a copy on Google Docs of your cover letter, and then you're going to recreate it so that it fits this job, whichever one of the 4 job descriptions you choose, or one of the job postings that you choose. Like I said, there's 2 medical assistant, 2 office clerk positions. They are available. They're currently open in the Metroplex. So just be sure that you read through. Read through what they say that they're looking for. Let me go over and I'll open one of the office clerks. Medical office clerk here. Let me open this up. So, I'm sorry it's taking a minute. So this particular office clerk position is with CSI Company. They're a long-term contract position for one of their clients in Dallas. The candidate can interview and get to start immediately. All candidates must complete a background check, a drug screen, and other health screenings. And it's a contract role, so it potentially could convert into a long-term position. It's 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. Now, this tells you what the job duties are. So as you go down here, look at the job duties. You have to be able to take care of calls on a software. You have to be able to do electronic fax. You have to be able to fax letters, notifications to hospital and physicians' offices. So you got to be able to communicate professionally, use medical terminology, work closely with other team care associates. So that means that you have to be able to report changes in scheduling, report changes in, report calls that come in with condition changes on patients. Plus, you have to report to a manager related to the number of faxes that you reviewed and notification emails you sent out. So basically, this is a communication position. That's one of the things you're going to discuss is how important professional communication is and how important customer service is to you. That's what you would put in there. It tells you the qualifications. You have to have a high school diploma. Well, most of you are not out of high school, but you can put your expected high school diploma date, and then what education you've taken. Be specific in your cover letter that you've taken 2 health science classes to help prepare you for this, that you're CPR certified, those kind of things. That you have good knowledge of Microsoft Office. If you have happened to have gotten Microsoft certified while you are in high school, put that on there. And that you've had medical terminology in these classes that you've taken. So you're selling yourself on the experience you do have, even though you don't have experience as an office clerk. This particular position would be a long-term position. Could become a long-term position, I think, with Baylor Scott and White. So just be sure with these that you read through them, pick one and then apply for it on the job application you're going to be given, along with tweaking your cover letter to match why you would be a good candidate for the position available. Just because you don't have experience doesn't mean you can't apply for a position. It also doesn't mean that you can't get a position with no experience. You might be surprised at how many times someone who's well spoken, who has good communication skills, written and verbal, who presents themselves well in a professional manner, has a very good cover letter, resume, job application is neat and concise. And then they come in to interview, and you guys are going to prepare and you're going to do a mock interview. How much? I would rather hire someone with basically no experience, where I could train them to do things the way I want to, as opposed to someone who comes in that maybe has tons of experience, but they're not professional. Their resume is not polished. Their cover letter is not polished. Their application is sloppy. And when they come in, they're not energetic about the position. So just be sure that as you prepare for this, that you're ready for that. You're going to have today and tomorrow, I want you to fill out one of each job application. So you're going to fill out 2 job applications, one for a medical office clerk, one for a medical assistant. And just be sure that you read through and prepare yourself, and prepare your cover letter, and prepare and do a good, clean resume. Based on your good, clean resume, do a good, clean job application. All right, you're going to have a couple of videos that you are going to watch also related to the importance of completing a job application. You have today and tomorrow to complete your job applications, and then the following day we'll get you guys ready to prepare for your interview the following week. Okay? All right, have a good day.